Hi, welcome to this video where I'm going to explain a very fundamental topic for you. That is, why do we need cloud computing? Why am I picking this topic and why am I explaining this topic, right? Cloud computing, as we know, is been there from a lot of time. Like now it has been present for more than 10 years, and at least for last 7 years, you have been hearing this concept about cloud computing so much. And I get this question a lot from the juniors or freshers who join the company or who want to become a DevOps engineer. So what exactly is cloud computing? Let us try to discuss this information because if you understand the fundamentals proper, it is very easy to understand the whole concept. I will be explaining this in depth. So understand each and everything. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can ask it in the comment section. Okay. So if I want to explain, let us say we have a kid, a small kid, between 5 to 7 years old, and I want to explain the concept of a car. Okay, we have a car. If I want to explain the concept of the car, I'm going to first explain the evolution of the car, right? So what was there before car? Before we had a car, what was there, and who, and how was this concept of car developed, etc. Now I'm going to explain this evolution concept because the evolution concept is going to help you to understand why the concept of car came in and what car is all about, right? You can take this example for anything that you are learning. First, you are going to understand or ask what was there before and what is now. The other example I will give you is, let us say a country got an independence. A country got independence. So if I just say that, people will say from whom? What was there before that? What happened? Only when you know all of these things will make sense. Similarly, when we want to understand cloud computing concept, we have to first understand what was there before this, what was there before this, and what were the problems, what were the problems associated with this, and what led to cloud computing. You can see the evolution process, right? So first we have to understand what was there before cloud computing, what was the problem with this concept, and then why did cloud computing come into picture. Okay, let us take a small example and let us go back to the year 2010. This is just 12 years ago. This is just 12 years ago. It is not like I am speaking of Stone Age. It is not like it is 100 years ago. It is just 12 years ago. 12 years ago, did we have Netflix? No. Did we have a Facebook? Not exactly. Even though there was something called as Orkut. Many people watching this video today, my friends will not even remember what Orkut is all about, but it was there. Then, did we have Amazon and Amazon Prime? Many things that we use today, like let us say PUBG, a game, right? Did we have this? Did we have touch screen smartphones with everyone? With everyone? No, this is not the case, right? So in the last 12 years, something changed and a lot of these companies came into picture. As I said earlier, I'm focusing this video on freshers, but this concept is helpful for anyone who is interested to learn any cloud technology. Okay. So what really happened for these companies? So many companies to come up. I will also take a few company, Flipkart, Ola, Swiggy, then Uber, right? So many companies. So why this change? Right? So before this 2010, if a company wants to start a business, right, we will take an example of Ola, which is a cab sharing company, or we can take an example of Uber. If they want to start a business, what do they need? They need an application. What does this application do? You give an input to this application. You give an input to this application. This application is going to do something. It is going to give an output for this application. Input is, I need a car from, I need a car, right? This is an input. I need a car to go from place A to B. This is an input. Then what is the output? The output is the car is assigned. The car is assigned. Okay. So this is just a logic. So there is some input, there is some output, there is an application. Now this application is what we call as a software. Fine. Where will this application run? Where will this application run? Where will it run? This is the question. It will run in so-called servers. Very important terminology. It will run in something called servers. So these servers are basically also called as hardwares, and they contain CPU, they contain memory, okay, and they contain hard disk, okay, HDD or STD, fine. So they require servers. I hope you're able to follow till now, okay. So we have come to the concept of servers and hardwares. So now let us go back. So we have understood that we need some servers or hardware. If I want to start the company, that is, let us say Ola or Uber, car sharing company, if I want these servers, I have to buy them. I have to buy them. I'm speaking of before 2020. Okay, just remember all of this. We have to buy these servers, right? These servers are not cheap. If you want, you can go to today, you can go to Amazon.com itself and check for servers. You can see how expensive it is, right? Servers are not cheap, and servers are made up of hardwares. That is the CPU, the memory, and the hard disk, etc. These peripherals of these hardwares, right? These components are not cheap. Now you might be thinking, sir, we have our laptop, and this laptop we are getting for some money, which is very cheap. Why is it not possible to run the software in this laptop? Because our laptops, to be honest, are not made up of the best materials that is used in servers. Okay, servers really have a very, very high quality of CPUs, high quality of memory hardwares and disks. Okay, all of this is really important if you want to run something 24 into 7. Hence, if you buy these servers, you need cooling agents. You need cooling agents. You need a data center. You need a data center. Then you need people to manage this data center. Okay. Then you need backup internet. Backup internet. You need backup power, right? Power. So you need some generators. Okay. And you need some operating system which you have to buy. You need security, that is cyber security, and area security for data center. Okay, so we need all of this. Now, tell me, my friends, where did I start? I started by telling you that we want to start a business. That is, Ola and Uber wants to start a business. What is the business? Business is basically someone giving an input that they need a car to go from place A to place B, and the output is the car is assigned. Now, before we even reach there, you see how much of investment has to be made, right? So many dollars has to be spent. How much of investment has to be made, and so many dollars have to be spent only on the setup. Only on the setup. Does it really make sense? I will give another example for you. If you want to start if you want to start driving a car, okay, you want to start driving a car, will you go and buy a new car the first day before you even know driving? No, right? I definitely feel everyone watching this video will say that first I'm going to learn how to drive a car with someone on some other car or in a training center, and then I'm going to buy my own car. Correct. Similar way, if a company wants to start a business, the upfront, this is a very important keyword, the upfront amount to even begin a business is too high because of all of these concepts that I just mentioned. Okay, understood? So what changed? Now, what if all of these things, what I have mentioned, is managed by third party? What if all of these concepts, that is the data center, the server, everything is managed by third party, and you only have to pay for the need of what you are going to use? Okay, and that itself is called as cloud computing. That itself is called as cloud computing. So cloud computing concept is nothing but it is giving away the responsibility of your hardware or software specification to a third party and paying only for what you use. And that is cloud computing. Now, cloud computing is a concept. Cloud computing is a concept. Is a concept. Okay. Using this concept, three major players came into picture. That is AWS Cloud, Azure Cloud by Microsoft, and GCP Cloud, okay, by Google. So three major cloud providers emerged. Now, do we have other cloud providers? Yes, we have something called as Alibaba Cloud. Okay, some government organizations, governments currently have their own clouds. Okay, this exists. It's fine. So we have three major companies who used the concept of cloud computing and provided as a technology, a wrapper that we can use. So what happened? So now the company like Ola or Uber, they go into a contract. For example, they go to a contract with AWS and they focus on the business directly. They don't have to worry about, oh, where is my server? Should I figure out about my cooling agent? What happens if there is a power cut in some region? Nothing. Everything is taken care by AWS Cloud. You have to pay the money for the service for the time you use. That is it. Okay. If you don't use, you don't pay. Isn't it a great idea? And definitely, this is a great idea. I believe everyone agrees with me. And that is the reason the evolution of cloud concept is the reason why we have so many startups today, why we have so many companies today, and why so many companies are interested in people, hiring people who know cloud. Understood? So, cloud computing concepts evolution, if you understand why it came into picture, you will understand today's market scenario. You will understand why the startups are coming even today, why there are so many companies hiring, etc. Now, an obvious question will come, which cloud should I learn? Now, if you want me to answer this, then leave a comment in the comment section. And if this video crosses, let us say 50 likes or 100 likes, then I'll make that video in the future. We have understood what is cloud computing in this video, and I hope it was very clear for you. And remember, if you understand the fundamentals properly, then it is very easy. You will never forget this concept. So what are some key takeaways to remember, sir? Okay. Some key takeaways to remember are cloud computing focuses on cost reduction. That is the first foremost key takeaway. Okay. What does it do? Reduction, cost reduction. Now you might ask me, sir, Ola and Uber, they didn't even start their business. Why are you speaking of cost reduction now only? What about big companies that were existing? Let us take companies like TCS. Let us take some companies like Walmart. Let us take some companies like big banks. big banks, JP Morgan. These companies existed before and they were using concepts like normal servers and data centers, right? For them, cloud cost reduction is the reason why they will move for cloud computing. Okay. Then enabling faster development process, focusing on business decisions, pay per need, no overhead. What is no overhead? Tomorrow, after using, let us say a startup came into picture, the startup tried to implement everything, but it failed. Now that is it. They don't have to pay money for this cloud technology, correct? Imagine if the startup had bought all of these data center equipments and all, they have to figure out how to sell this. They have to figure out, oh, what should I do with all of this? Correct? So this is reduced. So these are some key takeaways, and I hope you have understood what is cloud computing, what is the need of cloud computing, and what is the purpose of cloud computing. That is it for this video. Don't forget to click on the like button. More information is in the description. Thank you.